He has been here for a week. He's been interviewing people at UCLA. He's here to study the structure of an art department in a university setting. And before I knew it, I was bragging about my course, and I'm invited everywhere. And so I have a date with him tomorrow. I'm going to take him to see Cry Freedom. And he gave me my card. Yeah, at the Academy.
Great.
And I'm not interested in him as a man, but the point of it is that if I can get an invitation to go to Norway.
And he's Dutch, you said?
No, he's Norwegian.
Oh.
If I can get an invitation to go to Norway, be nice. I should put this thing on now because I think I've spoken enough with my
Let me get a little closer. So.
Huh?
Okay, now.
Now I can put it in.
What I would like to do is set this up on something.
But I push it off another day, and you've got the script in if folks has to bring it home.
Right.
But you can't do that.
That would be the right way to do it.
Right.
Maybe someone to talk about sensitive, carry the script.
No, please, come on. You scare them off. They're not there to do business.
I'm really desperate.
They are. Do you know what I mean?
I'm desperate now because I'm in between agents, and you know the feeling that you're never going to get an agent again, for instance. That's a horrible. I've had an agent ever since about 2 weeks after I got out of UCLA. I had a Phil Gersh agency, which was a pretty good agency, and I had one of the best agents in the business, as far as I'm concerned, at least from the ones I've met. Dorothy Wilde, you know her at all? She was a story editor at Fox for 20 years. So she was not only a good agent with connections, she knew writing. She really could help you with a script, actually. She could tell you what was wrong with it.
That's rare.
And that's the best kind of agent you can have.
Well, next time you come down, bring some scripts, have them at your house, come to if it's the first Friday of every month is what it is.
What I'm trying to do now is get about six scripts under my belt so that,
So they could really be pulled and pushed around, because they are looking what they're looking. This guy that I met last night is really a manager. He's also a manager and a developer. That's what he is.
Oh, well, that's the perfect kind of person. And for an independent?
He's independent, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Delia.
Yes.
What kind of men attract your attention?
Well, what kind of men attract
you? Or what kinds?
What kinds? Oh, God, how do I answer that? I don't know, but I'm supposed to be on top of this, right? You really...
Well, so you're at a party. You're at a party. There's lots of different men around. Which one of your eyes likely to stop on?
Well, I tell you, they usually have an intense look about them. There is a vulnerability at the same time. That's been rather my pattern. But on the other hand, I really can't say, because on the other hand, I've been attracted to men who are very funny, have a wonderful sense of humor.
So looks don't tell you too much.
No, it's just a quality, I guess. That's really all it is. Mm-hmm. I've been with very, very homely men. I could mention one guy who became a star, but he was really very homely.
Oh,
the most
oh, come on.
No, but the most.
Tell me, Delia.
Oh, that's right. This is not the actual tape. Herschel Bernardi.
Oh, he's not
I was
homely.
married him.
Really? My mother is in love with Herschel Bernardi. Yeah. My mother loves him.
Well, he's dead now. He really died a few months ago.
Oh, did he? In fact,
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy who has he passed the mantle on to another actor who my mother now loves, who was married to Louise Sorel, who was an actress who went with my brother Ken for years, and I can't think of the guy's name. He was in The Odd Couple.
Jack Klugman?
No, not Jack. No,
Walter Matthau?
Looks a little like
Walter
Bernardi. He's tall, skinny.
Walter Matthau was tall.
No. He wasn't one of the stars. He was the cop.
I
He played the cop, and I can't think of his name. Good actor. He's been on St. Elsewhere.
Oh, I never watched. I don't watch these things. So I don't know who they are.
Let me ask.
But Herschel was very homely. Very homely. He had a nose that never quit.
Very, very charming, though.
Bald, no neck.
No, no.
had a slight limp. I mean, he looked like a Neanderthal man,
Okay, so
but charming, warm. Ah,
so
he's
men
great.
with no necks can apply.
Yes.
Now you teach at UCLA. You
Yes.
teach in Europe.
Yes.
You teach private classes.
Yes.
You teach private students.
Yes.
You act on television and you act in film.
Yes.
It would sound like you don't have much time for a private life and relationship, do you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. I do have time on top of which I would make time. I mean, listen, if there isn't somebody in my life, I'll take up my time doing something else.
Is that
If
part
there's
of your life
something-
as important to you as your work?
Very much so. Oh, yeah.
But I imagine you would be interested in a man who also is interested in his work. And,
Oh, yeah, oh, of course. Oh, no. Yeah, because otherwise they're bored. They end up resenting your interests because it takes away from them because
Yes.
they don't have enough interests of their own. And they don't feel they're frustrated. I mean, I think people who don't like what they do are really frustrated people, and so they'll be miserable.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
But there is time for play when work is done.
Yeah, yes, well, some people are obsessive about work, and that's not any good either.
What do you do to play?
What do oh dear. I see an awful lot of movies. And I like to be with people. I like to go to good restaurants.
Are you an outdoors person at all?
Am I? Well, I love the beach and I love the mountains.
As long as there's no earthquakes or eruptions.
But I am, well, you would think living 500 yards away from a tennis court that I would be an expert tennis player, but I'm not a tennis player at all, and it's something I never really developed. And I'm a hell of a good dancer.
Mm.
So in that regard, I'm athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And I do go to the gym, I think. I worked 10 minutes on the bicycle today.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
I
it's a
noticed
big
you have
deal, right? Huh?
You pump iron too, or pump plastic.
Well, I have it all, and I also have a wonderful membership at a club that I've been using for years. It's just the last few months I don't know. Well, let's not talk about what I don't do.
Yeah, the tennis things. I remember you telling me that before.
Yeah, I mean
It's
ridiculous that I don't play tennis, but I don't, and it looks like a wonderful game. But
It's a horrible game, I'll tell you. It's the worst sport there is.
One of the reasons why I don't play tennis, though, is I was exchanging lessons with a real super duper tennis player, and I was teaching him acting, and he was teaching me tennis. And the reason why I wasn't getting very far is because, I also lost my vision, and I had no depth perception. Try to hit a ball in here, but by the time you figure out what the hell the ball is, at the moment it's gone. So I just had a lot of obstacles.
Well, the worst thing about tennis is having to pick up balls all the time, bend over and pick up balls.
Yes.
So I had another good question for you. What the hell was it?
I feel so rushed.
Hmm?
I feel rushed.
What's your right?
Yes, go ahead.
That's your mother.
A family of his own.
Are your
So I can have
interest in men limited to men who are in the business you are?
Am I? No.
No. That's not you don't feel like you're shut off into the movie world and those are the only people you can relate to at all.
It's the only people I usually meet.
Mm-hmm.
But
good reason for being here. Great expectations.
Huh?
Good reason for great expectations to meet
well,
some.
I like Dr. Lawyers and Indian chiefs. I don't know.
Candlestick makers.
I know. I don't. Not. It doesn't have to be someone who's just in the business. Not at all. As a matter of fact, in some ways that might be better.
What are some of the movies you've done or TV shows?
Oh dear. This feels like an interview for a movie job. Oh dear.
Just wonder if we've seen you in some of it.
Yeah, you've seen me in a few things. But the stuff has been going around and the cable again, He would say, I saw you in something the other night. All right, what did I do in it? Well, you were, Natalie Wood was in it, or you hit somebody on the head with a newspaper. Oh, yeah, that's the competition. All right. So that's it.
But no, the reason
I'm
I asked you
anxious to
that
do
is it
another show.
occurred to me, I don't know for sure, but it occurred to me that might be an impressive thing for people watching the tape to know. You've been in FASO in the competition and
That's true. I could ask the interviewer to talk about that, couldn't I?
or not to talk, but to ask you what some of your credits are. You have some that everyone's heard of. They're pretty good.
Well, the fatso thing, though, you hardly see me. You know, even though I worked a long time in that film, you hardly see me because they cut so much out.
Right, that's what I never saw it.
So I never even talk about it. I've got it.
Is it any good?
Well, it works better on television.
That has
than
never
it
been
does on-
released on videotape.
Huh?
Has that ever been released on videotape?
No, but a friend of mine, I don't know, but a friend of mine taped it for me when it was on cable.
I'd like to see that.
So I have it. So next time you come down, you'll spend a week at my house and we'll look at all the tapes.
Good. I'd like to. Do
Okay.
that.
Do I like my teaching? Do I like my
Well,
work?
yeah, I was gonna. Is the one more important to you than the other, acting or teaching?
Well, they're equally important. One is food for the body, and the other one is food for the soul. So-
Well, I have to say that I've seen
Huh?
you teach. Teaching is food for your soul too.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're not teaching just to wait for the big break to become a
mean-
major star and all that.
No, I do get turned on. I do get turned on by the idea of things working, and you know, I mean, that's the nice thing about teaching what I teach or involved in what I do. It's never the same twice, you know.
Do you see your students actually grow? Do you see the effect?
Oh, yeah.
they have? Would
And if
you,
they don't, they hear about it.
if you had all the work, acting work available to you that you could handle, would you give up teaching?
Yes, I would.
You would.
I certainly
Would you really? Huh.
Yeah. I'm not Mrs. Chips.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would. But I've often asked myself, what if I married somebody who said, where I wouldn't have to work anymore, okay? I would still do some teaching.
Mm-hmm. You get something out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that. I would quit for a while, you know,
Uh-huh.
and take on a whole new role, and that would be wonderful, and that would be terrific. It would be a terrific new experience and challenge, and be very exciting for me to be in a totally different kind of a situation. But I would eventually go back to the teaching, and, you know, and you don't give up acting because, you know, it's given you up. It gave you up before you even started. I mean, so what is there to give up? We don't have anything.
Now, but when you do act, the life of an actor can be
That's
pretty
like
rigorous
me.
if you're working it.
Huh?
I mean, you can have 14, 16-hour days.
I know, but if it was
Sure.
every day, then we'd have a problem. But this is not every day, even series.
But it still takes a level of energy that a lot of people aren't prepared to give. Do you still have that energy for your personal life? That same kind of energy that
Oh.
it takes to...
Try me. I sure do. Oh.
Dude, both of those earrings are great. I think you should wear them. Except that I was wrong. The one that seems to be showing up better is the globes. You want to take a look at this?
Yeah, let's look at it.
I did a horrible job. Delia. Come on, are we going to do this? Let me just ask you one question here. What is your idea of a good first date? You're going to meet someone here in Scotland. What's a good first date?
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad? It was watching. I haven't been able to recapture anything.
You never can. It's hard to recapture something. You have to do it again for the first time when you go down there.
But it's not going to be.
And not try to recapture the first time. That one doesn't exist anymore, period. So you do the best you can. And your charm comes out. It really does, Delia. It does, Delia.
I didn't like that woman I saw up there. I didn't like her at all. She was a
did.
fucking bore.
God, you're too hard on yourself. If you feel that way about yourself, that's the way you're going to.
It wasn't any better
No, that
than
one.
the previous one.
No, and I think I'm not saying this to make you feel better. I feel guilty about that. I don't know that this was a good idea. We were talking naturally. I turned on the camera, and all the naturalness went out the window. I'm asking you questions that I've already heard you answer for the most part. The situation ruled out spontaneity, especially.
Well, the situation will rule out spontaneity there too.
Well, it didn't the first time.
No, it didn't. I was having, I guess, I don't know what it was.
Did you know what he was going to ask you? That probably helped. You were hearing these questions for the first time, and you're giving fresh.
All right, let's try.
spontaneous
Let's try.
answers.
Okay.
What about it? What if
Well-
you meet someone here? You go out first date. What would you like to do? What
The
would be
first
good?
date?
Yeah.
Sparks.
Sparks. Okay.
We can start out with sparks, and then we can have a drink,
More
which will
sparks.
make the sparks even better. And then we can have nice atmosphere in a nice restaurant. And then we can have, I don't know. Well, more sparks. More sparks.
Well, that's my idea of a good first date.
Yeah, that's my idea of a good first date.
Uh-huh. And the kind of man who you could see that happening
Oh, we
with
could
is-
go dancing. That would be nice too after dinner. That would
You do
be
like to dance.
very romantic. Yes, I like to dance.
What kind of music do you like?
I like it all. But I like the kind of dancing where you hold on to each other. I like it. No, I like the other stuff too. The other stuff is fun.
Have you done like ballroom dancing?
Oh yeah, I do it all.
Really?
Oh yes. Oh sure.
That's great.
That's one thing I don't have to worry about.
Okay. What kind of guys do you feel sparks with? Are there types? Or
Types? Well, my types are inconsistent. And they're warm, charming, funny.
You like fun?
I love a guy with a sense of humor.
Do you laugh
I love
a lot?
somebody who's, yeah, I do. Yeah, and then that brings the wit out of me, So it's like I can be reasonably witty. And what else?
Is that one of the best things, laughing with a man?
Oh,
Playing and laughing?
oh, well, listen, don't downplay the romantic part of it. That's the greatest, right? But if you have that, plus a sense of humor, I don't know what more you can ask for.
I agree. Perfect
Right?
combination. Perfect combination. Yeah.
And where you both can look at something and find it funny. I mean, I like the ironies of life. I mean, they really...
Right. Well, sharing
They just-
that, knowing you see through the same eyes.
Oh, yeah. I just, it's not jokes, that are funny. It's the incongruities of life and the irony.
Points of view.
Yeah, the bizarre thing. I was thinking about something today that I don't remember what it was, but a sense of. I thought of something serious, and then I decided to look at it in a funny way. About how silly people are,
Mm-hmm.
or can be.
And is that you kind of go through life seeing it at funny angles?
Well, I like to laugh at serious things. That's really what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
I like to laugh at serious things, and I like.
Feel like someone else who can appreciate the humor in the serious.
Yeah, right. Or play on words, or play on ideas. Like this party I went to last week, and this guy said to me, "Well," he said, I didn't meet you before," and I said, "Well, because they save the best things to last." And I don't know what that strikes me funny, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does strike me funny because it's not true. You see what I mean?
I think so.
Okay. Oh shit. Or we were arranging some scenes to watch this magician do something, And I don't know, he said, I was having trouble figuring out where the hell I was going to sit because if I sat in this particular chair, I would have been behind this person's head. And so I get up to move, and he says something about tickets, and I said, well, I have a problem because I only got comps here. You don't think that's funny? I don't know.
But I know what you mean about the romance and the laughter.
Yes, the romance and laughter
they
and
help
dancing,
each other.
and then we should stay like that, right?
The romance gets better with the laughter.
Oh, for sure.
And the laugh, it makes them both there. It's like the opposite.
Or
of a
like,
vicious circle.
I tell you a funny one. I wore this. I was obviously not going to use this, but when I went to New York, I had bought 2 new nightgowns, and one of them is lace to here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
very fitted, but it's lace, and then there's just this pleated long skirt. So when I came out of the bedroom, and he looks at me, oh, kills me. He said, oh, I see you wore the lace curtains tonight. You put the curtains on us. He struck me. Jim is very funny.
So there's spontaneity in that kind of.
Yeah, that's the kind of humor that I like. Where I had on this pretty lace nightgown, and
comes at you unexpected.
and it came at me like I had put on the lace curtains. It just broke me up because it really made fun of something.
Have you worn that nightgown since then?
No, I have.
It's not it on your windows.
No, I put it back on the windows is what I did. But that would break. I mean, things like that would break me up.
So the guys you've enjoyed in the past, have they been energetic or intelligent?
No,
if you had one word to describe a guy, if there is such a thing, or 2 words.
2 words: sensitive and macho.
Sensitive and macho. So
yeah,
like opposites in a person.
I guess
someone who's a real man but has vulnerability.
Yes. Yeah.
You find many men like that? Is that right?
I have found a lot of men like that. Yeah.
Where are they hiding?
Unless I'm deluding myself, I don't know.
Where do they hide?
Where are they hiding?
Yeah.
Behind the rocks is usually where they're. No, they're hiding behind some woman's skirt. Is what they're doing. No, I don't know where they're hiding, but they're hiding. Or maybe there aren't that many around. But maybe that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
But you're ready at this point in your life to give it another shot. Find someone to play with.
Yeah, I'd like to play. Oh, I really want to play. I really would like to play. I'd like to go away on weekends and, lie on the beach or go up to the mountains and walk around in the snow. I love snow. I just love snow. I love cold weather.
How about the choice between a real energetic type guy or a laid back type guy? You have a preference there?
Well, I already see it in extremes. You see laid back to me, or rather energetic guy is a guy who can't sit still. Or a laid back guy is a kind of just sort of keeps his distance about everything and is an observer rather than a participator.
Sounds like you don't like the extremes.
No, but on the other hand, I always did go with extremes. So.
Well, which of those extremes would you be more drawn to? The energetic?
The energetic, I think now, yeah. Yeah.
But do you also look in a relationship for the kind of comfort that laid back allows, where you're
oh God, yes.
not being, you just be yourself.
Don't have to be hyper. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
I think isn't that one of the reasons people want to mate? In fact,
so they can relax.
Yeah. Relax without being alone. Relax with someone else.
Yeah. Right. Right. It's a matter of sharing. It's a matter of cuddling, sharing. The important thing is to have somebody to love. That's what's important. I feel great when I love someone.
So you feel you have a big capacity for loving another person?
Yeah, I do.
You love men. You like men?
Well, it depends.
What if the world were suddenly wiped out of men?
No, that would be dreadful. That would be simply dreadful. Dreadful. I don't know. I couldn't. Friendship is the most important thing in the world, but I cannot find the fulfillment with just a friend, a girlfriend, a friend. that I can find with a man.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I don't know. There's this new height report that came out, and she said that most women go to their female friends for emotional fulfillment.
Or support.
Well, emotional support. They find other certain kinds of things with men, but with women they feel more emotionally fulfilled in some way, and I think that's. I don't find that.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you want a man who's also a friend.
Oh, for sure.
That's a big part of it.
But I can't find with a woman what I can find with a man. I can't.
Does that kind of, to have a lover who's a friend, does that necessarily mean sharing a lot of interests? Or have you found that, someone can be in a different field of work than you and there can still be the sparks?
But well, of course. Certainly there can be the sparks. But the point, I think the trick is someone who...
Just put it back.
Who can care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Can express feelings. Although they say men have a hard time with that. I don't,
Well, you work with a lot of men in your work. You do find actors to be have less access to their emotions than actresses?
A little bit, yes, a little bit. But we're not comparing actors to people who are non-actors, because I think actors already need to express their feelings anyway.
Right.
It's easier in the first place. In the second place, to have a big need for it anyway.
Right.
So they're willing to do more to get there.
But you find that at least it's a part of the male makeup as well as the female makeup to have those feelings, even if you can't get to them
well,
easily.
that's because they've been conditioned in society to maybe not express as much.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are.
Have you had trouble? Have you had the sparks with men where something has stopped it from working, like their inability to get in touch with their feelings outside of those sparks?
I don't know.
What usually happens when those sparks happen? You usually end up finding yourself in a...
I sparkle back.
And does it lead to relationships that you get some satisfaction from?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not terribly, terribly demanding. You want the sparks, someone you can have a good time with.
Yeah.
Dance with.
Yeah,
walk in the snow with.
In other words, I want Prince Charming.
Doesn't sound like it, really.
Doesn't?
No, it sounds like you wanted a good guy, macho, sensitive.
Yeah. I want it sounds like Mr.
It doesn't have to
Perfect.
be Robert Redford.
No, but if he's willing to give it a shot, I wouldn't turn him down.
That might give someone an idea who's watching this tape. What screen actors, not necessarily as actors, but as men, appeal to you? Anyone come to mind?
Oh, dear me. No. I don't think so. I mean,
Do you always think of them as actors?
We could start as Robert Redford, but I'm trying to think. Oh, God. Paul Newman? Well, there's nothing wrong with him, but...
I happen to know you like Harvey Keitel.
Yeah. I don't know. See, I adore Robert De Niro as an actor.
Oh.
He knocks me out.
Right, but
I would never find him attractive as a man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know? But
how about, say,
as an artist...
Herschel Bernardi?
See, I could respond to him more than I could to Bobby De Niro.
Uh-huh. Well, what is it about, say, Herschel Bernardi who doesn't, not the greatest...
There's a lot of warmth and a lot of charm. There's a sexuality about him that projects, whereas De Niro projects something. It's almost something else.
Ominous, almost. Or...
No, not for me. He's got the most wonderful smile I've ever seen in my life. His eyes...
Sparkle.
Oh, God, they...
Do you see Angel Heart?
Angel Heart? Yes.
Yeah, he really presses that smile to the limit in that scene in there.
Well, when he smiles, I see it in every film. There's a little boy all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, he's my favorite.
Comes out.
I think he's the absolute.
But as a man, he does not appeal to me.
So a guy doesn't have to be great looking. He can even be bald and stuff, and still have what you're calling sexuality.
I had a tremendous crush on a guy that was completely bald once 100 years ago.
Do you know what? But a man, great looks and sexuality aren't necessarily contradictory terms.
Oh, no.
So sexuality, what does it have to do with personality,
I
or
think it has to do with personality, yeah.
how a man feels about himself? Maybe?
And certainly how he feels about women.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt. Of course, those are also the dangerous times, I hear. Yes, some of them happen.
Do you go into a relationship fairly relaxed without wanting to know exactly where and when it's going to go? Kind of go with the flow, or you control it?
Well, I have a suspect I'm probably just like every other female on the face of the earth. If you're really interested, I'm not. I can move pretty fast, unfortunately. I know what I feel,
Uh-huh.
and I know what I like. And so if I end up if both areas are saying yes, 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 then I don't mean I'm pushing for commitment, but I'm certainly. It's hard to explain. I don't want to play games,
But you do want to play.
but I do want to play.
Okay. And we'll turn this off.
Yeah.
That was